In this bulletin, a storm rages across the central coast. Plus, the rashes are on and the warm-ups have begun for nippers right across the central coast. Good afternoon, welcome to SBS Central Coast News. Well, a massive storm is raging right across the region. And of course, it's due to happen in the next couple of hours. And of course, it's been announced by the Bureau of Meteorology. And also, the news is not good for plenty of locals right across Terrigal, Kincumber, as well as Avoca and Gosford. Meanwhile, the rashes became on for a lot of nippers right across the central coast. Surf lifesaving clubs say that it's more that the merrier this season, with the focus on building confident, safe swimmers. The central coast is remaining vigilant as the state prepares for another deluge of wild weather. The State Emergency Service is urging the community to make the most of their last few dry days and prepare their properties in advance. Meanwhile, it was the final day of the Central Coastal Twist Festival. It saw thousands flock to Yamino to enjoy a day in the sun. The festival aims to bring the community together through a week of LGBT plus arts and cultural events. A man is on trial a Central Coast man is on trial in Newcastle after he was charged for shooting another man up at his property in Wyong. The incident occurred last week, and also the man has since sat down right up in court. He'll be sentenced next month. To sport now, and surfers across the Central Coast are making their mark at the Challenger Series in Portugal. While success has come to an abrupt stop for the men, the women returned straight to the water. Meanwhile, in the A-League, Daniel Vudovic has announced his return to the Central Coast Mariners. It comes after a decade. The clash between the Mariners and the Jets up in Gosford will be his first in the Yellow and Navy since 2010. To the weather for the Central Coast, and it's 13 to 22 for Gosford and 16 to 19 for the entrance. It'll be the same for Wyong, Wai'i, Terrigal, and also for Avoca and Warnervale, as well as Tuggerah. That's about it for this bulletin. Goodbye. In this bulletin, Coffs Harbour Neighbourhood Centre chose Ageism Awareness Day to launch a new program aimed at ensuring everyone can access important services online. Good afternoon, my name is Conklin McLeod and welcome to SBS Local News for the Coffs and Mid-North Coast. First, Coffs Harbour has launched a neighbourhood centre and has chosen Ageism Awareness Day on the 7th of this month to launch a new program aimed at ensuring everyone can access important services online. And of course, meanwhile, Doris Cohen, well known as a fundraiser for the homeless across Coffs Harbour, has just published her first book, My Passion Became My Obsession, an autobiographical account that she wanted to share since her first 3-month-long admission to an eating disorder clinic in 2015. Meanwhile, September 30 was the Koala Day, and conservation organisations called on the state and federal governments to do more to protect koalas. Meanwhile, Bellingen Shire Council passed a motion at the 28th September meeting, 6 votes to 1, to advocate for an end to logging of native forests to protect soils, water supplies and the natural beauty of the area. Amid North Coast man's reckless actions, assaulting multiple people, injuring police officer and causing damage to venues as well as a stranger's car, have landed him before a court. Meanwhile, a mid-North Coast dancer has credited his hometown for teaching him the importance of pursuing passion, leading him to perform in a Sydney musical. Also, G. Chris from Sages and Sisterhoods has revealed about the new opening of their local homewares retailer shopfront open right in Port Macquarie. To sport, and the Champion of Champions girls football wrapped up with the girls under 12s, 14s and 16s taken to the fields at Coffs Harbour. A fierce competition in the under 16s resulting in Bellingen FC taking the title. Now to the weather. It'll be alright for Coffs Harbour as well as for Bonny Hills. It'll be alright for all parts of the mid-north coast, and it'll be alright for it'll be okay for Nambucca Heads and also for Foster Tuncurry as well. And also it'll be alright for Port Macquarie as well. So that's about it for this new bulletin. That's it for now. Goodbye. In this bulletin, a man charged over the murder of a man in Stockton that occurred about a year ago, plus the Knights girls win a lot of awards following their victory in the NLW Grand Final, and Brendan O'Neill named as the co-captain of the Newcastle Jets. And of course, good afternoon, my name's Conklin McLeod with SBS Newcastle Local News. And of course we'll have them in sport in a minute, but first, breaking news, and don't forget, there's a bit of a year, and of course a year on from the but first is some breaking news, and a year on from the fatal fire that sent shockwaves through a Newcastle community. Police claim they have had a major breakthrough. Detectives now say Graham Cameron was stabbed to death, and also a man remains in custody charged over his murder. With the third consecutive La Nina here, the Hunter Valley vineyard owners are doing all they can to prepare for more heavy rain, going to great lengths and heights to protect their crop. Meanwhile, hunter businesses may still be struggling with staff shortages, but this weekend was a welcome win for many. A run of good weather mixed with plenty of events enticed crowds to the region, and they spent up big. Meanwhile, Newcastle certainly looking a lot brighter with 10 new artworks added to this year's Big Picture Festival. Colourful and dynamic, the event, which wrapped up today, gave artists a chance to transform a public space in their own unique style. To sport now, and of course there was a massive awards event for the Knights NSW side. They took out a lot of awards. And of course, it follows their victory against the Parramatta Eels in Sunday's grand final. And also, following that, they were given a welcome back home on Tuesday. To the A-League, and of course, he's played against the Mariners at Gosford before, but Brandon O'Neill admits he'll still be nervous when he lines up for the Newcastle Jets in his first F3 derby. The midfielder is hoping to spoil Matt Simon's farewell party on Saturday. Meanwhile, to round one of the Newcastle District Cricket, and of course it all kicks off this weekend with Newcastle City hosting West, Cardiff Bullaroo hosts Mayweather, University of Newcastle hosts Belmont, and Wildtown Mayfield hosts Stockton, and Hamilton Wickham hosts Wallsend, and Charlestown confront the Toronto Workers. Of course, now to the weather, it will be right for Newcastle, as well as for Maitland, Singleton and Scone. It will also be okay for Toronto, and also it will be okay for it will be all right for Wallsend as well. Well, that's it for this bulletin. So then, good afternoon. In this bulletin, 4 break-ins occur up at a Tamworth Coffee in 3 weeks, plus Inverell and Tenterfair top the list of house prices increase. Plus, Joey Fowler impresses the locals into the under-19s club. The nominations are open into the Tamworth Regional Sports Awards. Hi there, my name's Conklin McLeod and welcome to SBS Local News for the New England Northwest. Of course, a Tamworth business has been the unfortunate target of numerous brazen breaking attempts, with the thieves solely stealing sweet treats. Police have charged one teenager, but say the hunt is on to catch many others. Meanwhile, housing prices in Tamworth are beginning to plateau, according to new data by CoreLogic. The prices in Inverell and Tenterfield continue to rise, topping the list of regional New South Wales suburbs with the highest value growth. a road linking dozens of properties to Mumbai has been destroyed after last month's weather. Frustrated locals are calling on council to make a start on repairs with more rain forecast this week. An Indwell man has been charged after he allegedly crashed his car into a river. Police allege the driver was almost twice the legal blood alcohol limit when his Holden Commodore careered off the road, down the bank and into the swollen river. To sport now, and of course to rugby league, and the Koori Knockout. The Koori Knockout tournament has wrapped up on the New South Wales South Coast. Thousands of players and fans attended the 50th annual event following years of COVID cancellations, with the Maori Boomerangs representing the Northwest in it, and so too the Narwhal Eels. Meanwhile, Narrabri youngster Joey Fowler has starred for the Australian schoolboys under-18s team. The fly-half setting up a try before snagging one of his own to help lead his side to a convincing win over the Barbarians. It's been a year of resurgence for sporting codes across the Northwest as it bounces back from COVID restrictions. Now, more local athletes can be recognised, with nominations now open for the Tamworth Regional Sports Awards. To the weather now, and it'll be alright for Tamworth. Meanwhile, Moree will be okay, so too will Weewar, Gunnedah, Guyra, as well as Inverell and Armidale will be okay, so too will the rest of it as well. And don't forget, that's it for the bulletin. Thanks again for your company. See you tomorrow. Good afternoon. In this bulletin, Blues Fest announces 6 more lineups for its 2023 festival. Meanwhile, Far North Coast MPs pay a visit to Queensland. And Morgan Siblick makes its way through to the round of 24 of the Challenger Series in Portugal. Good afternoon, my name's Constantine McLeod, and welcome to SBS local news for the North Coast and Northern Rivers. 6 additional artists have been named in the 2023 Blues Fest lineup. Those, of course, include the Doobie Brothers, who will bring their 50th anniversary tour to the festival, while the Counting Crows, Vintage Trouble, Nathaniel Rateliff, and the Night Sweets will also feature. Meanwhile, Alison Russell and St. Paul and the Broken Bones will perform at the A4 event. Meanwhile, Far North Coast MPs paid a visit to the Queensland Reconstruction Authority today to learn more about how the agency operates. Some of the main issues discussed included flood recovery response, bringing agencies on board and deploying assets. Meanwhile, flood-ravaged roads in the northern rivers could be set for a major facelift The federal and state governments are promising to not only repair the roads, build them back better than before. The Sport and Cabbage Tree Island have taken out the under-17 girls Cooley knockout. It was an emotional win for the side after their local community was decimated by the Northern Rivers flood disaster. Dozens of athletes across the Northern Rivers have received a helping hand to pursue their passion in the form of government grants. Some have high hopes of qualifying for the Olympics, and now they're a step closer to making the dream come true. Lennox Head Groms have brought home gold after winning their respective age groups of the Surfer Groms comp in South Australia. Isabel O'Boyle took out both the under-10s and 12s girls titles, while her brother Connor O'Boyle won the under-10s boys division and placed second in the under-12s. And then Gary's Morgan Sidlick has narrowly made it through to the next round of the Challenger Series Vizela Pro in Portugal. Sidlick managed to score this 6.40, putting him in lead by 0.70. Meanwhile, Mikey McDonough from Lennox Head has been eliminated. To the weather, and of course you'll be right for Lismore, Ballina will be okay, and so too will all parts of the Northern Rivers. Meanwhile, Yamba will be okay, so too will Casino, and also Tweed Head will be okay. So too will the Lambdale. And of course, you'll be right for the rest of the week. That's it for the bulletin.